In this mini-series, we're going to go over how to install door casing, baseboard, and window stools, and how to caulk everything and make it look professional so you can save money on your own installation. This is the first thing I started with. This is about 7¼ inches wide. It's basically some really thick baseboard. It's a 1/2 inch thick, and what I did is rip down some extra spare casing that I have so I can glue to the face of this and make it look a little more substantial. Most windows will look comparable to this, where you have a vinyl frame and glass, and then you can just put it up. You could even have a thicker material come just underneath the sill here, and it would probably look just fine. These windows here are old and probably need to be replaced, and they just butt right into the glass. So I don't want a full inch added onto it where you can see it from the outside. Gone ahead and oversized cut these window stools. This is 7¼ inches, this piece of material, but I wanted it to hang over the front of the window and down a little bit, but I also didn't want it to come up into the glass. The only real way to fit these in properly is to just inch away at it. So you go close to it to where you can kind of fit it in the windowsill, and then sort of scribe a line against the drywall where it's a little further out from the drywall, like that, and then I can cut that, and then it'll squeeze in better. This side is completely out of square, but I scribed it already and it's fitting pretty good with how the drywall is, even though it's out of square. So I've got a straight edge across there, and you can see that this one needs to come up. But it's important to do that, otherwise it'll plane out weird and it'll look weird when you're sitting on the couch looking at it. After it's pried up to the right height, you can sink in a couple more nails. So it's temporarily sitting on these nails, and then you go ahead and caulk it everywhere. As long as no one touches it before the caulking dries, it'll stay nice and level. Now we got this window stool installed. It does need a little bit of work, so on these little imperfections, just get some drywall mud, drywall putty, put it over there, and then sand it all out. And then when you paint it, and then you need to caulk around all this, then paint it. Good to go. This trim board is 1.5 inches by 1/2 inch thick. I just put that there to add a little more dimension to this whole window stool. If you like this window stool video, then be sure to check out the next video where I redo this entire pantry, including this can rack thing, which I'm not quite done with.